Hello everyone, I am Kraken Viara, unfathomable siren creature from beyond the depths of human understanding. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a huge astronomy nerd. My model's tattoos are actually based on my own, including the right arm, which is the Northern Hemisphere star chart. I have a telescope that looks a little bit like a hot water heater. It's a 10-inch daub for any fellow astronomy geeks out there who want to know. And I've always loved stargazing. Something that's probably a bit more well known about me is that I'm not a morning person. So imagine my surprise when I woke up at 9 a.m. on March 17th, St. Patty's Day, to a mysterious rumbling.
Anyone that's in Northeast Ohio, did you hear the loud boom?
It sounded like a freaking bomb went off in the Cleveland area.
Anybody see or hear what blew up?
Definitely too big for fireworks.
We were in the back here, saw cutting some parts off, and we heard this boom, big boom, and a vibration in the building. All of a sudden, we looked up and we saw a window shattered.
As Terry processed the damage, questioning what was going on, Joan Chamberlain was doing the same in Garfield Heights.
All of a sudden, I heard what I thought was a house explosion.
The meteor, which broke up over Ohio, has been nicknamed Chicken Little because many people who saw it thought that they were being attacked due to the new war in Iran.
Chicken Licken was working in the field one day when something chanced to, like hit her on the head.
The sky is falling.
I heard it all the way up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and according to NASA.gov, reports came in from Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, New York, Ohio, of course, Pennsylvania, Virginia, the District of Columbia, and of course the Canadian province of Ontario, as I mentioned, all calling the morning of March 17th around 9 a.m. Eastern, saying that they'd seen a bright daylight fireball. Before we continue, I'm just going to define some terms for you real quick. A meteoroid is a small asteroid or rocky or icy piece of debris floating in space. An asteroid is a meteoroid that's over 1 meter. A meteor or falling star is the light that we see when it's emitted from a meteoroid that enters the Earth's atmosphere and begins to break up. And a meteorite is a fragment of meteoroid or asteroid that survives entry through the atmosphere and actually hits Earth's surface or any other planet, but we're talking about Earth today. Chicken Little was about 6 feet in diameter and weighed about 7 tons, or the weight of 2 to 3 pickup trucks. It traveled over 34 miles through the upper atmosphere at 40,000 miles per hour, or 64,000 kilometers per hour. It created a sonic boom. That's the loud rumbling that scared these poor dogs and woke me up. The speed of sound on Earth is roughly 761 miles an hour, or 1,225 kilometers an hour. A sonic boom happens when an object, such as an aircraft or meteor, travels faster than the speed of sound. This creates an explosive sound and a shock wave that goes out for, well, in this case, hundreds of miles. Some folks are worried that this may be a sign of things to come, but several local experts have said that this is pretty common.
These kind of events probably happen several times a day or more, and it's only when they happen right over a really heavily populated area that we're going to hear the boom and see things go back in the sky. There was a fireball similar to this back in January over Lake Erie that most of us never heard anything about. This one's unusual in that the percussion, the breakup of the meteor up in the atmosphere created that sonic boom, and that's what I heard and everybody else around here heard.
Just this past summer, another meteor tore across several states in the southeast. Whoa! Before leaving dents in an Atlanta area home. And in 2018, a meteor exploding over Michigan, producing shaking equivalent to a 2.0 magnitude earthquake.
I remember that one, actually. But how is this one seen from so many places? 10 different states, plus up into Canada and the District of Columbia?
Rocks hitting the atmosphere, even the tenuous upper atmosphere at that speed, it's like slamming into a brick wall.
What you're really seeing is not an explosion that's up in the clouds. It's miles higher than that. We're talking 10 miles high or more, so way above where airplanes fly, right at the top of the atmosphere. So it's visible from a very long distance. The sonic boom will just keep going until it loses energy.
Okay, so it's not a sign of the apocalypse, but there are bigger ones out there, right? The shockwave from Chicken Little is estimated to have been about the equivalent of 250 tons of TNT. And that's a tiny one. About 65 million years ago, Chicxulub, the asteroid that took out the dinosaurs, was about 6 to 9 miles or 10 to 15 kilometers in diameter. Its explosion was an equivalent to 100 million tons of TNT. And that's not even the biggest one. Geologists estimate that the asteroid that struck Vredefort, South Africa, over 2 billion years ago, was about 20 kilometers. It would have released energy to the equivalent of about 100 million megatons of TNT. 1 megaton is about 1 million tons, so I can't do that math, but damn, that's a lot of zeros. What do we do if one of those is on a crash course with Earth?
Effectively, they proved in 2022 that you can take a spacecraft, smash it into an asteroid, and it will move that asteroid off of its original trajectory, should circumstances warrant.
Chicken Little fragmented about 30 miles or 48 kilometers over Valley City, which is north of Medina, Ohio, and several meteorites have since been found. These meteorites are achondritic, or non-magnetic, which often originate from the asteroid 4 Vesta, according to the poster of this video. The chunk shown in the video is about the size of a walnut, but the pieces could be as small as a grain of sand by the time they reach Earth's crust. And until the 18th, there had only been 14 other meteorites found in Ohio. Okay, so you want to go meteor hunting? Where do you look? It just so happens that Professor Ralph Harvey of Case Western University was interviewed by WKYC Channel 3, and he has a friend at the Johnson Space Center, Dr. Mark Fries, who provided us with a DART map. I've overlaid a Google map for you so you can see the most likely places that you can go to find your treasures. Let me know if you find any, I'd love to see them. And let me know in the comments below what you think of this sort of little deep dive that's more science-focused. I want to make the content that you want to watch. And as always, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the lovely YouTube stuff. Until next time, I will see you next time I see you in the reef. Bye for now.